I'm Dean Whiting from Pathology Technology Australia, and I want to ask you a question. Have we forgotten about COVID and the COVID pandemic? And I ask this because we have an alarming increase in the infection rate in Australia. We now have a cumulative 7.1 million cases in Australia. Now, I know some of these are double-ups, people who have encountered COVID more than once, but this 7.1 million is up from 3.1 million in February. 4 million cases in just 4 or 5 months. We're now ranked 17th in the world for cumulative cases. Little old Australia, 17th. And the death rate is even more concerning. Our death rate is currently running at a total of about 8,500, more than half of those since February this year. So we're getting about 30,000 cases a day, which is still extremely high. On top of this, we've got one of the worst flu seasons approaching. We are already seeing record number of cases in Queensland, in New South Wales and Victoria. On average, we have about 3,500 deaths from influenza each year. So we're now looking at the double disaster of a rapidly increasing number of COVID cases, a rapidly increasing number of influenza cases, and we seem to have forgotten all about that. And I don't really know why. Isn't it time that we started to go back to some of the things that we knew and were easily able to do, such as testing regularly, frequently? Rapid antigen tests are available, PCR tests are readily available for COVID, and soon to be available, once they move through the regulatory phases, will be our influenza rapid tests. So at home or at work or in the doctor's surgery or in hospitals, you'll be able to test quickly for COVID and influenza all at once. And going back to mask wearing when we're in populated areas, just seems to be sensible, easy to do, not that expensive. So why have we forgotten all of these good things? Why can't we be testing on a regular basis? Why can't we have these tests at home or in the workplace and make sure that we're not transmitting these viruses now, COVID and influenza, in the community? We could stop these viruses at home, even before we go to work or to the shops or to visit friends. So have a think about it. We should be back doing what we knew worked when we were in the depths of the pandemic. And that way we can start to slow down this horrifying escalation of COVID and this really dramatic increase in the fatality rate from this disease and from flu. Have a think about it. I'm Dean Whiting, Pathology Technology Australia.